Texas Stingray is the new for 2020 GCI wooden coaster at SeaWorld San Antonio and was one of the last coasters to open before the pandemic. Find out in this review why it's Texas's best wooden coaster. SeaWorld San Antonio started out in 1988 at SeaWorld Texas and debuted with no roller coasters, but instead offered a smorgasbord of different shows for guests to enjoy, focusing mainly on sea life, especially with their killer whale named Shamu, which is a staple of the SeaWorld chain. Soon after, probably because of the new Fiesta Texas down the road, SeaWorld added their first thrill coaster ever in Great White, common Batman clone. But this changed the SeaWorld chain's trajectory forever. And in this process of bolstering up the lineup of SeaWorld, they added something truly elite, Texas Stingray. First, I want to start off with the presentation aspect of this ride, because it's not the greatest. So first, this is in the back of the park, and if you know SeaWorld San Antonio, you know that the park is quite big. Comparing it to a more well-known park at Cedar Point, it's about the walking distance from the front gate to Gemini. There's nothing weird about the station, except elevated switchbacks right by the station. The station is pretty standard too, has cubbies for loose articles but not for bags, and almost industrial design. On to the ride experience. So you turn out the station, which is honestly really quite elite and gives a powerful taste of laterals. You go up a lift hill, which is pretty neat, and turn once more before going down a strong drop, giving strong floater in the back and no airtime in the front. You then go up this really steep and neat turnaround. It has a very similar angle to the first drop, and it almost feels like you're falling back in your seat like a Gerstlauer vertical lift. This turnaround gives alright whip in the back and sustained floater in the front. The next turnaround is the typical GCI turnaround, which gives a pop of airtime going in and then strong laterals exiting. Next element is a banked airtime hill, which gives a similar experience to the turnaround except gives airtime to the entirety of the train. This is followed by a high-speed lateral turn, and then you go into a surprisingly sustained drop with floater, and then a moderately lateral heavy turn before this S-hill, which is about as out of control as a traditional woody can get. Then go through an out of control sequence of twists and turns, each providing laterals and fun floater. This turn in particular is a bit quirky because of how tight it is, and then the rest you are bombarded with rapid fire airtime hills, almost unbanked turns, and even a tunnel. So in summary, what should you think going into Texas Stingray? 1, it's not perfectly smooth. I won't call it rough, but I'd say it's on par with a 3-year-old Woody that hasn't been retracked yet. Number 2, it has a similar principle to Steve, large elements in the front and smaller low-to-the-ground elements in the back. It's the best Woody in Texas. Not only is it more intense than Boardwalk Bullet, it never seems to lose its speed like Boardwalk Bullet, and offers better roll lasts throughout the ride. Anyways, where do I put this in my rankings? Texas Stingray is my number 24 out of my 165 credits, and I have it above coasters like Mystic Timbers by 1 spot and Boardwalk Bullet by a full 8 spots. I'm surprised that almost no other enthusiast gave any thought to this. Most put Steel Eel above, but I'm giving this a 9.5 out of 10, and it's a no-brainer for my number 3 Woody. Hope you like this review, and hope you find something else interesting here at Coaster Back. Remember to keep on coasting.